How's it going, everybody? We are reacting to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1, Episode 16, last one before the movie. This is the end of the beginning, the classic end of the beginning, beginning of the end, I assume. We will be getting at some point, either next episode or some point soon. I'll actually be extremely surprised if we only get into the beginning. But I talked about episode 10 being the end of the beginning, the end of the prologue, but now perhaps this is the real end of the beginning. If, I wasn't sure how extreme we were going to, if we were going to actually be, how do I put this? How big the ramifications were going to be of Skye and AC going after Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. in general. And it seems like it's going to be pretty damn big if this is the end of the beginning. So, this could be the last, what am I trying to say? The last, episodic sort of episode before we get into, the rest of this season is going to be super heavy plot stuff. So that could be what it means. Or it could mean that the last episode was the last episodic thing, and now we're going to get... I mean, it could just be continue to be episodic, but a lot more, plot focused. But I feel like if they want to make that the impact of being the end of the beginning hard enough, they're going to need to make it this episode be not episodic and have it be a plot centric one like 10 or 11 was or so. Which even then, they can all be a little episodic even in their own ways there, but those are way more plot centric than the more episodic ones. Anyway, let's get right into it. Alright, how's it going, everybody? We're here for the discussion. We got the return of Garrett and Trip and Sitwell and Blake and Hand. We're really, a lot of them, especially somebody like Blake, I really expected was going to be a conference call only kind of character. Maybe only making an appearance in, a green screen sort of thing. But, no, these guys were actually, who knows if they're going to, be characters in the series, or if this is just a very rare, maybe once a season they'll come in for an episode and do a tiny little bit, because it's not really like they did much at all. Sitwell immediately left, and Blake was there for very briefly before he got taken out. But still, it's nice to see them. It's nice to that S.H.I.E.L.D. feels more like a real agency, and we have all these named characters coming in and out all the time. But yeah, so with the return of Garrett and Trip, still don't like Trip, still hate Trip. It's not that I think he's gonna do anything wrong or double cross us or anything like that. I don't know what it is, I just don't like his character. I don't find it, I don't know, I just don't like it, Garrett, he's got such a dickhead face, but he really isn't. He is just a good dude. I fully trust him, and I look forward to seeing him more. I wish he wasn't with Trip. But, yeah, I really appreciate that, it took until the end of the episode for me to fully be okay, so he's not going to be an asshole. He's very abrasive, but he is, yeah, he's just not, a good example of not reading a book by a cover. Yeah, so I assume, by the way, that, under Fury, it's, in no order of clearance, but, the highest clearance levels would be, Coulson, Garrett, Hand, Sitwell, and Blake. I assume it's those five have, the highest clearance level of varying degrees, right? I believe it would be probably, Hand, Sitwell, and Blake, and then, maybe Coulson and then Garrett below that even, but I'm not sure. What else do we have here? So, with, them Hand learning about the plan early, she had enough time to get it all worked out with all the different places they were going, whereas if this was the clairvoyant and she read their minds, there would be no way that they would have enough time to do all that. So it really makes sense why I was thinking that, but I was trying to just go with it. At the time I was this is pretty crazy how all this is happening right now already, but I didn't want to talk about it too much in the reaction itself. But yeah, that fully explains it. That, yeah, it was Hand, so she had plenty of time to worry about that. Now we have Skye being an official S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. which is dope. Bad timing, right when we're about to go after Fury and them. But it all seems to be a lot of misunderstandings. Not with the Fury thing, but with, like, I don't know. Like, maybe it is, like, keeping information away from him because they knew that Hand was something and they were trying to wait for actual proof or something. I'm not sure. But, I mean, we still don't really have any proof right now. I mean, I guess they have to know if somebody's flying the plane, it's got to be Hand, right? Have to. Also explains, like, the whole thing back during the hub. Like, what she was doing back there makes a lot more sense. I assume she might have been trying to take out Ward and Fitz there for some reason. I'm not sure why those two specifically. But, I don't know. I mean, Fitz is the one who kind of figured out the whole plot. But not really, because that was something with May. And May is not connected to Hand, seemingly. She is working for somebody else. Maybe even Fury directly. Which would be crazy. Which also, like, she was asked by Coulson to be on the bus. So, it's not like Ward where, well, no, Ward didn't ask to be a part of the team either. He didn't ask to be on the bus. Coulson said that, I believe, but Ward didn't ask to be on the bus. He was also put on the bus. Not even by Hand, but by, Hall. Mike is a full cyborg now, so that's happening. He's, like, 100% probably not savable, like, in terms of getting that technology out of his body. The only way to save him is to take down the people who are controlling everything, which could be just Hand, could be more than that. It also explains why the clairvoyant was able to do so much with the alien, math or whatever. I really don't know what to call it other than alien math. But, like, yeah, she is incredibly smart. She's working with S.H.I.E.L.D, so she has the resources and stuff. Might be part of the reason why she had Simmons go over there for further help on something. But, there was also something going down there that Simmons was talking about. We don't know what that was yet. We have, Hand sent Sitwell away. Now, this could easily be a, I don't recognize Sitwell's actor, but I assume that all these people are pretty big actors. These S.H.I.E.L.D. agents I barely ever see. They seem like big actors, at least based off Blake. I know he's a big actor. Anyway, it could just be that they couldn't get him for enough time, so they had to, like, write him out of the episode, but they still wanted him around. Could be that simple, but if it is an actual plot reason, I wonder what the reason would be for her sending specifically Sitwell away. I don't know. Like, there's the favor that Coulson had, that he asked of us. Well, he didn't ask of Sitwell, that Sitwell just knew what he wanted. That wasn't Fury. So, I don't think she knows about that. Well, she could if he was looking into it. She saw the files. I don't know. But it could just be unrelated. It could be something else that's going on with Sitwell. Oh yeah, you actually can. I said I didn't see it, but you can see Blake, not swap guns, but, swap the magazines, to the tracer rounds. Like, you can see him fire 4 shots and go, ain't working. Then he puts in the tracker on and shoots him with it. Really cool attention to detail. Didn't notice that. So we have, Hand having, Mike take out Blake and not, May, which is interesting if May isn't working for Hand. So why would, Mike, I mean, he didn't shoot at her, but then he did just leave instead of dealing with it while she was on the ground. Why? Is that, I don't know, no, like, there's no reason why it would be May specifically, like, anything within Mike. So it has to be Hand not wanting to kill, May. Why? Why take out Blake, but be fine with, May walking around? Like, but they don't seem to work together unless May was lying and she was really good at acting back there at the end of the episode. Oh, also, right, I wrote down that she probably had, Blake taken out for a, like, trying to drive home this point of don't do things alone. She really hates Coulson's group because they're kind of, working outside of S.H.I.E.L.D. a little bit at times. They go against their orders a lot. And, they're the ones that are really cracking down on Clairvoyant while everybody else is like, what, this fictional person who doesn't even really exist. Magical powers aren't real. We'll find eventually. They don't really care. And, even back when they were talking about finding Agent Coulson, and Han was like, yeah, we'll take down the clairvoyant. And they're like, and save Agent Coulson? She's like, yeah, also that. But yeah, so I think she might have had Mike take out Blake as an example as well. Yeah, and if Nash actually lived, maybe they would have actually got some information out of him somehow. I don't know how they could have, but maybe somehow. Though, I don't know, maybe he had his eye thing in, too, like, just as a precaution. She was like, well, put the eye in. So if he does start to say anything, we can just remote detonate him. Seems pretty logical thing to do. But still, she knew what she was doing. She wanted Nash dead because he might have had some information. So maybe she didn't have enough time to get an eye thing in him. And also, if, her having Ward do this, like her leading him down the emotional path to shoot him and then getting him in trouble with S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything, could be her following up on what she did in the hub, trying to get him and Fitz, taken care of. Maybe. Yeah, I think that's all my notes. Do I have more on the next page? No, I don't. I covered a lot already. But yeah, so our main big things is something's going on at the hub. Whether it doesn't, I don't know if that's hand or not. And why is she just saying, like, I want everybody on that plane taken out except for Coulson? Like, she has others working for her. I mean, she has to, but not just people that she is, not people she has captured through the eyes, and not people that are crazy and working outside of S.H.I.E.L.D. like Poe and Reyna. Which I'd be very fascinated to figure out how she got Poe and Reyna. Well, I do believe that both of them probably felt that Nash was actually the clairvoyant. She was probably using Nash the whole time, I wonder. But Nash didn't seem to have anything against S.H.I.E.L.D. He seemed to actually want to be a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. But he couldn't because of the whole accident. Well, I mean, he couldn't because he wasn't actually a clairvoyant anyway, but still. He did have powers in some way. I mean, you could argue maybe not, that he could just read people very well, but still. That's it, yeah, so something's going on with S.H.I.E.L.D. and May is, not working with Hand? Maybe? I don't know. This was also the beginning of the end, which, the end of the beginning. So the next episode might be the beginning of the end. But yeah, I do like that, I said that episode 10 was like the end of the beginning, but no, this is really the end of the beginning. It has been, even if we haven't fully noticed it, I guess the clairvoyant has been kind of around since, since the beginning. I guess this all does tie right back in the beginning with Mike and everything. So I guess it has, since episode 1, we've been following the story arc of the clairvoyant. I guess we kind of have. It's you don't really think about it that way. I think about it more coming in at episode 4 with the eye tracker thing. But I guess it has been around since episode 1, just in a different kind of way. I mean, yeah, because Mike seems to be pretty damn central to the clairvoyant. I wonder if Deathlock is I wonder how big of a character Deathlock is in the comics, and if people knew that Mike was going to be Deathlock in episode 1, like if there's anything to go off of. I don't think so, because he was just like black with super strength. That could probably be a lot of superheroes. Yet nothing mechanical about him yet. I mean, the name, Mike Peterson, what am I talking about? Right, like he would probably have the same name. I don't know. But then I do know that Scorch was like a tiny little, like, maybe reference, like it, who knows if it actually was or not, apparently, or something. Like, there's a few characters named Scorch, or his appearance or name is an identical, something like that. But so I'm interested how I don't know, important Deathlock is in the comics, or how closely connected he is. But I would rather wait till it's all over to really learn about that kind of stuff. Until, the next episode. I'll see you guys for the next one.